Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for coming to support David Campos. I am honored and delighted to be here to support my friend David Campos. But let me put this in a little bit of historical perspective. A dozen years ago, a lone voice in the People's Chamber, the Board of Supervisors, a gentleman named Tom Amiano, came up with a concept. It wasn't a new idea because there are no new ideas, but it was a great old idea, and the old idea was the idea of district elections, returning democracy to the local level in San Francisco. And in 1996, Tom Amiano put a proposition on the ballot, a charter amendment, and the people of San Francisco embraced that. And 4 years later, Roma Guy remembers, and Gwen Chan remembers, and the head of Local 798, our firefighters, John Hanley remembers. We had a sea change in San Francisco, and the people's voice was returned to the people's chambers, and we had district elections. Yeah. This is a remarkably profound moment in the history of the city and county of San Francisco, not only because Tom Amiano has defied term limits and served for 14 years, but because we are on the eve of a sea change in San Francisco. The pejorative is that downtown wants San Francisco back. We all know that we can hang on to our city. The future of our city is the future of David Campos. It is the future of making sure that real people have a voice at City Hall. Let me tell you, I met David Campos a number of years ago. There is no human being who is more qualified, not just from the Mission District, but from any district in San Francisco, to represent the people of San Francisco. David Campos gets it in every single way, not just as a profession, as a lawyer, not just as somebody who has served the school district and the children of San Francisco, not just as somebody who understands the ins and outs of law enforcement and the police commission of San Francisco, but as a neighborhood person who totally is compassionate and totally gets it. He is a gay man in a wonderful, beautiful district. Tom Amiano said it, and I said at day one, absolutely, David Campos has got to be the District 9 supervisor for the next 8 years. Now, what I'm supposed to say is, you know, the next supervisor, No, it doesn't work like that. It requires 58 hard-working days. It requires John Hanley. It requires Gwen Chan. It requires every single person in this room to work their butts off for the next 58 days. It requires the Labor Council. It requires every human being to spend hours every day, whatever you can spare. It requires whatever change you've got in your pocket. If you can send $1, if you can send $100, that is what is going to make David Campos the next district supervisor. If we do not do it, we are all poorer for it. Thank you. Thank you.